January 6th, WWE will change forever. That's right. They're going to streaming exclusively on Netflix. If you don't know, 10-year deal starting January 6th and starting off the new year in 2025 on the Flex Zone podcast. You know, we're going to be live with you watching it as WWE's Raw, the longest episodic weekly television show in their history, moves to Netflix. No more broadcast TV. It's now in the age of streaming. And we're going to be live Monday, January 6th, talking all about it. I got match previews for the big marquee matches as we are officially on the road to WrestleMania and what could be the biggest show in WWE's history. It's the Flex Zone podcast. Make sure you guys tune in with us if you're new. Make sure you suplex that subscribe button, super kick it, spirit, like above that like button, tombstone that thumbs up. Let us know your thoughts on this move to Netflix, the matches, your prediction, and as always, your plans and goals for the new year. And as always, join us each and every week as we do live streams for SmackDown, AEW, Raw, and we even do weekly live streams for the PLEs and NXT as well. So check us out. We got content for everybody, and we want to hear from you as we get into the title match that stands alone on the show as the rivalry and feud that never ends as Women's World Champion Liv Morgan puts her title on the line in what appears to be the last match of this feud against Rhea Ripley in a last woman standing match. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, after weeks, after months, after multiple premium live events of these two women doing battle in multiple capacity, the feud is finally coming to an end. Yes, Liv Morgan, in my opinion, has been the breakout woman in 2024, not necessarily because of her in-ring work, but her character work, her character development, her storytelling outside of the ring. I think she's done a good job playing that character, being the dastardly, cowardly prick of a heel, the woman who isn't the biggest or strongest, but uses her smart, her wit, her muscle, joining and aligning with Dominic Mysterio, playing Rhea Ripley the whole time was one of the biggest moments of the year, especially at SummerSlam when this feud was at its peak. Obviously, it's gone on for way too long. People wanted to go to WrestleMania 41. It's not. People wanted to go to the Royal Rumble. It's not. People wanted to go to Elimination Chamber. It's not. Rhea Ripley will be your women's world champion walking into WrestleMania. Who does she face? I predicted Io Sky before Monday's loss when she did lose to Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship in that tournament. I thought the tease they did a few weeks back before Liv faced Io, where Io and Rhea were pulling at the title side by side and they had that stare down. WWE doesn't do that stuff by coincidence. They tease things for a reason. I personally predicted in my prediction video, which you can check out, that we would get Rhea Ripley as women's champion for most of 2025, if not all of 2025. And I think that she would be the person to inevitably walk into potentially WrestleMania, maybe against a Jordan Grace, maybe against, I don't know, people were saying Becky Lynch again. People were saying Bianca Belair. While I do think Rhea and Bianca is still one of the marquee matches, not only just women's matches, matches in the business that can really tell a story and be marquee. I said Rock Austin on the women's side. But I think Rhea and Liv has done its just due. It's overstayed its welcome. It doesn't need to go on anymore. Liv has beaten Rhea. Rhea has beaten Liv, I guess, by DQ with the botch of Raquel. My, what a botch that has been. And Raquel is even worse now than she was when she left. I don't care about her. I don't really care about the Judgment Day. Rhea and Damian Priest left the two biggest members, and it's kind of hanging on by a thread, in my opinion. I know they got new music. I know they seem to be teasing, I guess, a Finn Balor split and Dominic Mysterio maybe being the new leader, maybe Dom with the face turn. I don't know, but Raquel, Carlito, JD McFish, JD McDouble, JD McFlurry, JD McCrispy. It's just been, and honestly, this storyline needs to end. Last woman standing match, I guess, protects Rhea and Liv because Liv doesn't have to get pinned. I was hoping they would add a stipulation to this final match. I said an ambulance match, maybe a steel cage match. This is the lone title match right now for Raw on Netflix, so I think we will get that shock title change, that moment that we predicted. I predicted this should end at Netflix weeks ago. Looks like we were on board and spot on with that. We will get interference, I'm sure, from Raquel, from Dom. We may even get that moment where Rhea possibly riptides Dom. That would make the crowd go crazy. That would be an OMG moment. Maybe she riptides Dom. We get that moment. We get her maybe slamming Raquel, and maybe we get an avalanche riptide through a table or through the stage or some big spot off the apron, off of the stage, as mentioned at the Intuit Dome, maybe off the stage, or riptide off the stage through the table where she gets the 10 count and Rhea rises up and is your new women's world champion. Rhea gets the title. She walks into WrestleMania to face who? Io Sky. Do you want to have Io win the Royal Rumble? I'm cool with it, even though Io has lost a little bit more to my liking than I would like this year. The fans love her. She's over. She's wonderful in the ring. Rhea and Io, they tell the right story. That is indeed a marquee WrestleMania feud and match and a dream match with those two women that are going to do amazing, amazing things, I think, in the ring if they can tell the proper story. We get Io where she can get some promos in, maybe some backstage segments. They can tell a story of why they should have a WrestleMania marquee match. But I think Raw on Netflix is going to be fantastic. I think it's finally time we end this feud. I am extremely happy that this feud is ending. What say you in the comment section? What say you about this feud? Are you happy that this feud is ending? And what's next for Liv if she does lose this title? Does she go into the Intercontinental title picture? Do we tell that story of Judgment Day breaking up and then maybe with the transfer window, teams and people moving from one brand to another with the transfer window and SmackDown expanding to 3 hours? Do we possibly get Liv Morgan on SmackDown? Maybe we get Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, Liv Morgan, and others on SmackDown, and Liv can maybe feud with Charlotte. You know, Charlotte's going to be back soon. Liv could be in the United States Championship picture. There are a lot of ways they can go with it. If Liv does stay on Raw, she can battle for the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe she can win it by SummerSlam. Have her moment at SummerSlam win the IC title. She's done a great job this year, but her time with the championship has come to an end. She was keeping it warm for one person and one person only. That's Rhea Ripley. Whether you like it or not, this will not be solved at WrestleMania. It doesn't need to go into WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley gets the win. I'm going with the riptide off of the top of the turnbuckle, an avalanche riptide, or maybe off of the stage through the table, much like we saw in NXT when her and Raquel had a last woman standing match. We'll get some interference, some tomfoolery. Maybe we'll get Damian Priest inserting himself into it with Finn Balor. They will continue their feud as well. That will probably end soon. We don't know when. But I'm going with Rhea Ripley to be your new Women's World Championship winner. That is going to be a title change on Raw and Netflix. We're excited. We'll be live Monday, 8 p.m. Make sure you suplex that subscribe button. Spirit, super kick it, oblivion that like button, riptide it. Let me know how you're feeling. Sound off in the comment section. Plans for the new year, goals, predictions on this match and others. And how do you feel about this feud? Is it time for it to end? Where does Rhea go at WrestleMania? Where does Liv go? We shall see. Maybe her and Raquel could win the women's tag team titles. Let me know in the comment section. Any comment is appreciated and helps us in the YouTube algorithm wherever you love to be. Raw on Netflix. It is here, ladies and gentlemen. The biggest show in WWE history from a weekly episodic television perspective. Getting you on the road to WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, Easter weekend. God's favorite host signing off. Check out all the other previews on the channel. I'll see you when I see you. And we'll see you as Raw in the Flex Zone is Netflix.